What is up, people, and welcome back to the Myprotein channel. So my name is Reece Williamson. For those who actually do not know me, I'm one of the Myprotein athletes. So today what we're going to do is we're going to run through a full upper body workout just using dumbbells. So a few questions that you might ask before we actually start. So first question you might ask is, what level of difficulty is this workout? And it's for all levels of fitness. I have adjustable weights, so that means I can adjust my weight according to each exercise. If you have only the same weight, then you can just adjust the reps according to each exercise. So the only thing you'll need is your dumbbells, but you could use the side of a couch, you could use the floor. I use a sort of bench, but it's not a bench, it's just where I keep some of my clothes, but it's suitable for a bench. This workout works every single muscle in the upper body. The tips for this workout is make sure you squeeze and contract the muscle properly, make sure you have the mind to muscle connection, and slow down the eccentrics. Okay, let's begin. Okay, to start off with, what you're going to do is do a warm-up. Really warm up the muscles. This could be dynamic stretching, you could use some bands. All you could do is just replicate the movements that we're going to be doing just with a lighter dumbbell. Really warm up the muscle. First exercise we're going to be doing is the shoulder press. We're going to do dumbbell shoulder press to start with. You can do this either way. You can do it seated, even on the floor, or you can do it standing up. The reason why I'm doing it seated is to put more focus on the shoulders, take it away from the legs and the core, and really isolate the shoulder muscles. So tips for this one is just tuck in your elbows slightly, make sure you come below 90 degrees, so come below your shoulder level, and make sure you drive up and contract the shoulder muscles. When you do this, just put your feet flat on the floor, keep your core nice and tight and keep your back nice and straight. For this one I just try to go as heavy as I can, and I managed to get around 12 to 15 reps for this one. Well, because we started with a push exercise, we're going to go to a pull exercise. So the next one we do is a supinated grip bent over row. So with this one I went as heavy as I can as well. The main tips for this one is stand up straight, holding the weights, so make sure your palms are faced away from you. From there, from the standing position, what you're going to do is drive the hips back, bend the knees slightly, and then lower your back down, keeping it nice and straight. Make sure your chest is always up. So when you're doing the movement, make sure you tuck in your elbows so they're close to your body, and the movement of the dumbbell should be towards your hips, not straight up, towards your hips. The muscles work here are obviously biceps and back. Make sure you squeeze as hard as you can at the top. You'll get more lat engagement. And just take this movement nice and easy, so make sure you squeeze at the top and slow the movement down when you're bringing the weight back down. Third and back to push, what we're going to do is a chest press. We're going to do the dumbbell bench press. This position, weights are on the floor, pull them back, make sure you're flat on the bench, or if you're on the floor, you can do that at the side of the couch. Exactly the same movement, but make sure you're stable and you keep your core nice and tight. So from there, I like to tuck in my elbows around 45 degrees. Make sure that my hands, my wrists, are above my elbows at all times. Make sure you push up, squeeze your elbows together, and also squeeze and contract your chest as hard as you can. When you bring it back down, make sure you stretch the muscle fibers in the chest, lowering the weight to below 90 degrees, and then also exploding up and then squeezing and contracting the chest at the top. You should feel this in your front delt, your chest, and also your triceps. Okay, I would say these are the three heaviest ones, so I didn't change the weight for any of these. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the weight and I'm going to take some off for the next few. So first one, we've got another pull movement. We're going to focus on higher up, so the upper back and also the rear delts. So this one is called a rear delt fly. Okay, this one's very important. Do exactly the same setup as the bent over row. The only difference with this one is we're going to be more flared out. From here, we're going to do is palms towards the body. We're going to drive our elbows up. When we drive our elbows up, I want you to do is point the dumbbell down, and this will focus a lot more on the rear delt. With this one, keep your back nice and stable and keep your core nice and tight. When you come up to the top, if you can, squeeze as hard as you can. I would try and go lighter for this one because I don't want you forcing the weight up, but make sure you have that rear delt connection. What I mean by this is keep your elbows more bent, because if you straighten them, you might feel this in your triceps in different positions, but by keeping them bent and forcing it back, for your range of movement, it will focus a lot more on the rear delts. Next movement, still on the shoulders, going to work our lateral delt now. So the next movement is the lateral raise. So I'm doing this seated, You can do it standing, whatever you prefer, whatever is more comfortable for you. Same as the shoulder press, all the seated lateral raise does is focus and isolates the shoulder more. So with this one, make sure your dumbbells are by your side and your palms are faced towards each other. Next move you're going to do is keep your elbows bent, like slightly bent. You're going to bring them up to your side. From there, I don't want you coming above shoulder length or shoulder level. I want you to keep your hands, so your wrists, your elbows and your shoulders in line with each other. This means it's going to focus a lot more on the lateral delt. The most important bit for this at the top is turn the dumbbells down as if you're pouring out some drink, like a Saturday night. So this one's very important to slow the eccentrics down, and it just elongates the muscle fibres and it really does benefit you more. Okay, next one we've got is a dumbbell fly. So like I said, I'm doing this on the bench, or like sort of bench. You can do this on the floor, whatever you prefer. So starting position, make sure you bring the dumbbells back on your chest and push up like a hex press. From there, what we're going to do is slowly bring the dumbbells down in almost like a circular motion. This just elongates the muscle fibres in the chest. When you get to a certain point, you're comfortable and you have a stretch, come up and almost tip the back of the dumbbells together. This means it'll probably focus a lot more on the lower part of your chest and you'll have an amazing contraction in this one. Just take this nice and slow in the eccentrics, and even a little bit more slow in the way up, because it will literally squeeze your chest harder and it'll be much more difficult. Okay, we've got two more exercises. The last one we're going to do is focus on our triceps. So each head of our triceps, we're going to do the tricep kickback. So with this one, what you're going to do is put one hand on a ledge or the bench or the side of your couch. All you're going to do is bring your back nice and straight, but bring it down slightly. From there, you're going to drive your elbow back. Make sure it's in a fixed position, and all you want to do is move just your forearm. All you're going to do is bring the weight up and squeeze the tricep as hard as you can. At the top, just pause like maybe 2 seconds and then slowly bring the weight back down to the starting position, but do not move the elbow. If you end up moving the elbow, you take the pressure away from the tricep, and all we want to do here is elongate and shorten the muscle, really working the tricep. So once you finish one arm, just switch over and do the next arm exactly the same. Okay, last exercise we're going to do, nice and simple. We're just going to be doing the bicep curl. So with this one, we're going to keep our arms supinated. So the grip should be palms away from us. At the bottom, when you come up, the palm should be facing us. This one, I just focus on the bicep completely. Make sure you keep your elbows almost a little bit forward. If you pull them back, it focuses on a different part of the bicep. Keep your elbows nice and fixed and keep them forward. This one I've went to the same way as the last ones, so I'm just trying to overload the muscle as much as I can. I probably did about 12 to 15 reps on this one, really squeezing the muscle. Make sure you're contracting at the top, so a little second at the top, squeezing and then slowing the way down. The most important part of this movement is the way down, so the eccentric. If you do start to struggle with this one, just change to one at a time. So right arm, give the left one a break, and then come back up the left arm, and this really gives you a little bit more reps in the tank. Okay, to finish off, make sure you're doing some sort of cool down. This could be a little bit more dynamic stretching or static stretching. This is just to cool down the body and make sure that you're not injured for the next time you do a workout. So that is a complete upper body workout just using dumbbells, nice and simple. This also is probably the best and effective dumbbell workout you're going to get. Make sure you take it to failure. So I try and go like maybe 1 rep, 2 reps off failure. The reason why I'm doing this is because I've not got the heaviest dumbbells here, and you try and overload the muscle somehow. Make sure it's still safe, but try and get to failure on most of the sets. This will benefit you more, and it will replicate what you would do in the gym. This will benefit you more because this will mean that you are progressively overloading your training. Maybe you'll get an extra rep the next time, or you might end up being able to do more sets. For each exercise, try and do either 3 to 4 sets. That's just enough to overload the muscle and fatigue it. Okay, for each set, try and not go above 20 reps. I try and stick between 10 and 20, so for the first 3 exercises, I try and get either 12 to 15 reps. The ones further on the exercise, I try and reach a maximum at 20. If you're wanting to take the intensity even higher, slow down the movement. Eccentrics and concentrics, make sure you slow them right down, so even 3 seconds. 3 seconds for each one, and make sure you squeeze the muscle as hard as you can. You could also add resistance bands. This is just a different way of adding more resistance. But just be careful with that, because I ended up breaking my resistant band like yesterday doing a movement. Ended up ripping twice, but hey ho. For the rest time, I always stick to around 60 seconds, so a minute. The reason for this is it gives your muscles a little bit of time to recover, but not too long that you're going to take the fatigue away from the muscle. You want to try and, in the house anyway, try and fatigue the muscle as much as you can. So 60 seconds is enough of that. So that is a complete workout. So if you enjoyed this workout and you enjoyed this video anyway, or you just enjoyed me, my YouTube channel will be in the description, and also my Instagram account will also be in the description. Go follow me, go subscribe, you will not be disappointed. Also, if you did enjoy this video and videos like this, Myprotein will be putting many more soon, so make sure you are subscribed and you are hitting the like button. So people, stay safe, stay positive, stay grateful, and I love yous. Ooh.